think we're live now.
Yay. Hey, live. Hey, everybody. You're
Friday!
live.
Raining again, again,
It is
again.
such a surprise.
I'm not sure I can handle much more rain. It's just constant.
It's just wet. It is. It's crazy. It's
Um,
been going like crazy.
I was down, so we moved into one of these luxury apartments. There's TVs all over the place. And I'm walking my dog, and I noticed on the TV that they're showing like all these different cities in Texas that are flooding.
Like all of them.
Like we're all flooding. There's just space after space of
Yeah.
space where like cars are like floating out, and it's kind of
Yeah.
really crazy to think that I don't know Texas, the desert.
Yeah. No,
It's
it
just
is
straight up flooding everywhere you turn. Um,
pretty bizarre.
how was your evening? Didn't you have some stuff to do yesterday that was important?
Yeah. And got stuff to do today that's important too. I've already been to one event. I'm speaking at noon. I fly to LA and meet with some people tonight and then train all day tomorrow. So it like busy, good busy, but busy.
We have
Just excited to. It's always fun. I love training. It's always so fun because you get people that, kind of, you just see their face. They're kind of like they're not tracking. All of a sudden, they get it and they go, "Oh my god!" And then they get it, and that's the cool part. It's the getting it. When you see their face change, and it's like, wow, that's really important. Yeah, it really is. So it's
yeah.
interesting. My daughter's been doing a um, somebody challenged her to do a bunch of videos
Okay. What kind of
every
videos?
day, and but some of the things are like share a secret you've never told anybody, or just all these different things. And it's been fascinating to hear. I mean, I'm learning a lot about my daughter. But one of the things that she wanted to share, she goes, "Dad, I've never shared about it, but it pertains to you. And so if you don't want me to share it, I won't share it." And, but it was cool that she called me before she did. And I said, you know what? The good news is it's a situation that we both learned from, we both got better from. And if we can help one person, we've accomplished something. So,
Like a you plus
let's
one
go.
story.
It really was. I mean, it was very cool. And so anyway, so she shared the story. And in the comments, somebody came back and said, "Wow, this is exactly what I needed. Um, this you've now given me the framework to talk to my dad about what I need to talk to him about. Thanks so much for changing my life." So it's really cool, right? And all of a sudden you go, "That's what this is about." So that's the way I feel about training or speaking or any of it. Uh, and I know I've said it on this before, but Mother Teresa said, "If you can't feed 100, feed one." You know, we all tend to want these, and that is what U+1 is all about. We all want to positively impact the masses, but typically nobody wants to start with one. Well, let's start with one. Let's start with one at a time. Let's go do this. So anyway, just there's cool things going on right now. Some cool swirl in the world.
Swirl in the world.
Yep,
Swirl in the world. I like that.
good things. So
Yeah.
who are we working on today? What we doing?
That is a great question. I think I have a men's salon up. I know, right? I have a men's salon app that we built their web page for. So the nice thing, like a funnel, what did I say? How do I say it? All funnels are websites, but not all websites are funnels, right?
Yep. Good point.
So you can still make a website in a funnel builder. And so we have got the home page. Do 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 do.
Sure, we do.
With remember the two primary call to actions, we have schedule now and we have a phone number being the two things that we most want them to do. Blog, services, and home with all the different things that they do. Same thing, two call to actions. Some testimonial social proof, people actually at their facility instead of using stock photography or icons.
Mm-hmm.
This was something that he just really wanted to do, relax, refresh, refine, something that kind of goes along with the name there. And almost kind of like the steps, how do you go about doing something? What we refine. And then lots of client testimonials, since that was one of the things they were struggling with.
Very cool.
And then down here in the footer, where we're in, except the cookies, we've got everything that we actually want them to link to. We have the additional pages. We've got all the copyright information, got some social. But the bigger part is I wanted to show here real people, right? So whether you're supposed to pull the images off of your testimonials straight from, I think Yelp was the only one, it was in their terms and conditions not to. But Facebook and LinkedIn are free game. But bringing in actual people so you can see they're like, they're not super hipster. They're like down to earth guys. Because we want people in the neighborhood to relate, but we want some of the cool factor up here, right?
Mm-hmm.
All those niceties. So we got all of that. What we don't have for them is a lead magnet page. So I think I'm going to do that one.
Cool.
Start with first making this homepage has all the links it needs in the bottom. Open link in new tab. And then I need waxing was missing.
Wax on, wax off.
Wax on. Cobra Kai. Have you seen the new Cobra Kai?
No.
My daughter watches that religiously. Over and over and over and over and over again. Oops, I got too many windows open.
Doesn't like it?
It doesn't. Well, it's kind of like, okay, so you can have multiple computers. That's not abnormal, right? As I'm using one of my mini computers. It's kind of a little stopgap prevention. So in the event that you are working on your page on one, that you don't get to go screw it up on another one.
Nice.
It like warns you. Beep, beep, beep.
Perfect.
Warning, warning. Stop. Okay. This one's all done, so we're going to use that one. These other ones. And we're just going to create our landing page from our home page so that we can keep the general look. What would you say would entice you? You're a man with hair.
Yes.
You're to shave.
Thank you.
What would entice you to give your information to a men's hair cutting place?
As far as a lead magnet kind of thought? That's interesting. Well, what? I guess what void do you have? What don't you know? I mean, it's funny because what came to me is, do I need to shave every day, or is it better for me not to, or is it So just like information. I'm trying to think of put myself in that place because it's not it's a once a month process on the haircut side. On the, I mean, I think it would be, gosh, I haven't been shaved at a place like that for years. So that would be cool, but it's not like I do it all the time. So
Where
I'm
do you
trying to
get
think.
that?
I usually, our lawn guy comes in and he's got the weed whacker out and because I am a pro. No, it's funny because you find somebody that you like that does it and do. I don't take advantage of all those services, so it would be interesting. And when you ask the question, I'm just trying to, how did what popped up when you asked that question? You know, obviously, I think grooming tips would be an interesting thing. 7 grooming tips to extend. It sounds like a weird thing, but it's like seven grooming tips to keep neat until your next cut
Hmm.
or until your next visit. How do and I know it's counterintuitive because they want them in there more often, but it's like most people I don't think don't go because they don't want to go. They don't go because they got busy. So, I mean, that's my case is you just get busy. So, how
How's that? Want a free haircut?
sure, but I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Seven steps to make to look good between visits, something like that.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to go with here is one of
Nothing that I've been saying.
no, I like what you've been saying. Um, I want to do both.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, and you tell me your thoughts. So one of his offers for his new clients is buy one, get one. But he said a lot of men, like women, totally know. You could say BOGO, and we totally get it. We're like, BOGO, buy one, get one free. But he said most men, when you say buy one, get one, they have no idea what you're talking about. So here he is offering a free haircut as long as you pay for the first one, and men are completely clueless on that, right?
Right.
But if I
It's gotta,
say want a free
gotta be
haircut,
positioned. Yeah, it's got to be positioned differently.
that's really crystal clear. And then tell them and add almost add the information as a bonus. And as a bonus, we're going to send you 7 grooming habits. Do men use the word grooming?
I doubt it. None that I know.
What do men care about when it comes to their hair?
7 steps to look great till you come back.
There you go. Want a free haircut?
7 steps to look great every day. 7 steps to look your best every day.
I like that. Somewhere in that ballpark. Want a free haircut? How do I position that? Give us your information, damn it. Um,
Join our community. I mean, I think it all comes back to community. Join our community and get a buy one, get one offer. In other words, don't use BOGO.
No, I'm not going to.
Well, but I'm just saying, just spell it out. Join the refined community and we'll send you a buy one, get your second free. Your second cut for free.
Do you feel like I need to explain that it's the second cut they get for free?
Yeah, because otherwise everybody's going to go, I want my free cut. I think I think if you tell people, here's it's so funny because I was thinking of this on the way just before we started. If people would just tell people the expectation and live by delivering the expectation, they'd be okay. But they want massive following or they want massive action. So they get really cutesy and promise stuff that isn't going to happen the first time.
Yeah.
And so then they spend their time having to go back and explain why it was just a cute way of saying it's actually the second cut free. It's not the first cut free. Just tell them it's the second cut free. You know, when you buy one, you get the second cut free. Pretty easy. I know it's not like all real clever and all that, but I think it's the clever that gets people into trouble.
I agree.
And typically we, the creator of it, is so close to it that they think, oh, that's so clever. They'll get it. They don't get it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I mean, it's like now, and it's so funny because I've with the cop shows and the various different things. Like one of the things that all of a sudden is really hot in their terminology is, oh, put out a bolo. Put on a bolo for that. And and it's so funny. I'm like, a bolo. And you said, but it's going from show to show to show, and they're all doing it now. You know what bolo stands for?
What?
Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Bolo. Be on the lookout for a red car, for a red Camaro with this license plate. But so what's happening is they're creating these, uh, and again, this is what's happening with communication in our society. I actually just talked about this in a event I talked at last week. I said we've gone to acronyms and abbreviations and everything, and then we wonder why our communications have gotten so fouled up because not everybody assigns the same description to the same letters. And the example I gave is my mother-in-law, who's 86 years old, bless her, would send my wife a text describe, can you believe that XYZ is flooded and people got moved out of their house? LOL. Or can you believe a tornado hit this town and wiped out 6 houses? LOL. And it was happening fairly consistently. And my wife finally said, Mommy, what are you're talking about all these tragedies and all these things. Why are you putting laugh out loud afterwards? She goes, laugh out loud? I was putting lots of love. That's what's happened. That's what's happened to our communication. We're requiring people to read our minds. And when we require people to read our minds, what happens is they're very ineffective at it. And when they're very ineffective at it, they end up assigning it the way it is. It may or may not connect with them. And when it doesn't connect, then they don't take action. And then you go, oh, that Jenna just can't build a website that works. It had nothing to do with that. She's using your verbiage that is confusing to people. So I think part of our job in building these funnels is to smack people in the forehead and say, just tell me what you're trying to tell me. Stop trying to be cute. There's my soapbox for today.
There's your soapbox for the day.
Well, no, I mean it's really it's a sales training tip, but it's also a funnel building tip.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make me guess at what your offer is. Tell me. If you want me to do XYZ, tell me to do XYZ. Don't make me guess about what you want me to do.
No, I
Make
agree.
sense?
Definitely. That goes back. Weren't we talking yesterday about making things easy?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying too often we try to make things cute as opposed to making them easy. Easy is important. People take the path of least resistance. Whatever you're producing, make it the path of least resistance. This is all good stuff. I'm going to share this on stage tomorrow. This is awesome.
You're like, this is gold.
This is gold.
Hear this.
No, but I mean, this is again. That's why I like doing these lives, because it really is allowing me to think through a lot of different things. But it was very interesting because as I was driving back to the office to do this morning, I was saying, why do people make the communication process so hard? Doesn't need to be.
No, but we try to be cute and clever and different because we want to stand out from the crowd.
Agreed. I mean, I get it. But again, if you say you want a free haircut and you don't explain it's the second one, then the natural is, well, yeah, of course I want a free haircut, which means I want it to be the first one. But if it says it's the second one, then I go, oh, well, that makes sense. If I buy one, I get the second one. So in essence, it's now half price. Okay. It changes my thought process considerably.
That makes
And
sense.
the other side of that is I don't end up, um, I don't have a customer service problem at the end.
Yeah. No, I agree. You're not fielding phone calls of people irritated.
I called a company yesterday who flat told me, because you took an action on the first of the month instead of the 30th of the end of last month, there's not a chance that we will refund your money.
Wait,
Because
what?
you took the action at 9 a.m. on the first of the month, as opposed to before 5 p.m. on the last business day of the month. Okay, so I called their customer service department.
Wait, what kind of company are we talking about? Like AT&T, like some service like that, or?
We're talking about a service provider that I've been paying for years and haven't used. And I just finally realized that it was like, this is silly. Why am I doing this? I just need to cancel this. Right.
Okay.
So because I called at 9 a.m. on the first as opposed to 4 p.m. on the 30th, they said there's not a chance. They bill month in advance, right? So they
Mm-hmm.
bill you on the first for the month. Well, I saw it hit my account, and all of a sudden I went, I don't need this. Why am I doing this? I haven't used this forever. I just need to finalize it.
Yeah.
So just in a I mean, I had zero animosity towards them whatsoever. They've collected my money for a couple of years. Bad on me for not canceling it sooner. But I didn't say anything about that. It's just like, oh, it's 9 a.m. on the first. I saw it just hit my account on the first. Let's cancel it immediately. Just go ahead and credit back this month. Right. Literally yesterday I said, they said it would be reviewed on the 15th, blah, 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 blah. I haven't noticed anything, want to check the status. And customer service said, I can assure you, because it was done on the first, there is not a chance that you will get refunded this month's charge.
I don't understand.
Well, that's kind of what I said. I
Is
said,
there like what kind of, like I said, generally is it, what kind of service is it that is like, is there
merchant services.
merchant services?
Right. And so I said, oh, well, somebody else indicated that it would be put up to a supervisor to look through the history, and that, because of the situation, it would probably be credited. And she said, no, once again, I can assure you it will not be. And I said, okay, well, who can I talk to about that? And they said, nobody. I said, seriously? There's nobody I can talk to about the fact that I've given you money for 2 years and not used your services, which is bad on me.
Right.
But I did it. So I'm okay. But, you know, as soon as it came into my awareness, I did what I could do about it. My
Yeah.
point my point is I had no problem. All I wanted to do is, and I had no issue, I had no problem, I had no nothing until I called customer service. And the way I was handled, I don't think was very appropriate.
Yeah, no, that makes it.
And so they've they've now created a problem that didn't exist. That's my point. So in parallel to this, don't create a problem that doesn't exist.
Right on your landing page where your people are meeting you for the first time.
Exactly. Why create a problem that doesn't exist? It's press the easy button, right? Here, just for everybody.
That was easy.
Right? Hit the easy button. Hit the easy button and make your landing page easy. Don't make me guess. And don't upset me. I'm like, oh, look at this, looks cool. And then all of a sudden, if you do something that tries to trick me or trap me or do whatever, then it's like, well, what the heck? I thought this was cool. See, there was a study many years ago that said a happy customer tells 3, a dissatisfied tells 11.
At least.
So no, well, this was a pre-internet
Whew.
point, right? That's the way it used to be. It was a 4-to-1 ratio that an unhappy customer will tell 4 times more people than a happy customer will tell. Well, now when I teach on that fact, I say a happy customer still only tells 3, but a dissatisfied customer now tells 11 million. I mean, scorched earth, right?
At least.
Well, and that's my point. And then not only do they tell 11 million, they tell the next 11 million that look up that 11 million, right? And so it just
Goes and goes and goes.
it shocked me. Notice I have not told you exactly who it is or what their name is or any of those things, because we're still working on resolution. But understand, when customer service basically tells you, we don't care about what you think, all you have to do is tell the story about customer service really doesn't care what you think, just wanted you to know that.
You don't even have to get cutesy with it.
No, I mean, just tell the truth. And that's what I'm saying. So anyway, again, it just supports this story about, if the second cut is free, just tell them what the expectation is. Come in, get your first great cut, and your second cut is free. I mean, build up the quality of the first offer and then make the second offer a true bonus. Have them love the first offer so much that they want the second offer. And then people can do, based on their buying psychologies and their buying personalities, it's the one, I mean, for me, I automatically went, oh, if I get a cut, I get a second cut free. That means they're half price. I mean, that was the first place my mind went. not everybody looks at it that way, right?
No, they don't. But like I like to avoiding the word. I don't know what it is about buy one get one that's not clear. But it's also not very sexy either. Like when I think of BOGO and buy one get one, it pay less shoe stores. The first person I remember actually running that campaign, and that's not quite where I would want a high-end gentleman's salon ranking.
Well, and so what we're doing with U+1 is we're actually, if we use BOGO, we're redefining it as buy one, gift one. Buy one for yourself, gift one to somebody else.
That makes sense. Again, though, it doesn't sound cheap. It doesn't sound.
So I'm like in that situation with a high-end men's hair salon, I'm fine with BOGO if you redefine the word. Because buy one, get one. Oh, I'm going to get something. So what, you know what I'm saying? But buy one, gift one. Wow. Why not run it as buy one, gift one? You love your haircut here so much, you can gift it to a friend of yours, or you could use it yourself. Right?
No, I like that.
Different.
Are you
different thought? No, my phone just went off. Sorry. I normally have it on vibrate, so it's funny to hear it go off. But
I love when I have to hack my own accounts. I can't remember the password. Maybe I use Jena.
Could be, or not.
It'd be faster than doing it from scratch.
Use.
And then if I reset it, then it messes it up on all the other computers. It hates me.
That's funny.
So does the branding on Active Campaign. Can't seem to get that right to save my life. Did I actually set up my mail account? I feel like I'm running slow. It's like Friday, it's raining.
It is like Friday and it's raining.
Literally, right?
Literally. I was already out in it. It's like, I can't believe we have rain. It's so awesome.
It's a good thing. All right, that's services. Why did I click on that one? Custom straight razors. Or did I not change the name?
Well, I thought you were changing that center area, which would have changed.
I already did it. I clicked on the wrong page.
Got it.
I'm actually going to take this part off. Take a look at our reviews. Not fat reviews. I'm going to take some of these off where I feel like it's just a little overkill.
Couldn't you put those on a quasi-hidden page? Click here for more.
On a different page. The landing page, I'm just trying to streamline a little bit.
Got it.
All right.
Different porpoise.
Porpoise. Different porpoise. You're in marine biology. That could almost be a joke.
Yep. Unfortunately, I'm not, so therefore it's not. I'm not, so it's not.
It may not let me pull Active Campaigns list yet. That's going to annoy me. And it just takes sometimes it's Active Campaign for other companies to pull the API for the different list it can
Yeah.
take 15 minutes or so. And of course, I can't log on, which really annoys me. How do I not remember my own page?
Last pass is what I was thinking of.
Yes, I had to wipe this particular laptop, which is why I haven't been using it, which is perfectly fine. I needed to wipe it because it had some issues with the cloud. And
Got
in
it.
doing so, it doesn't remember me.
It's not very nice of it.
I know. It
should remember you.
And I have not taken the time to install LastPass on it yet. I'm gonna get locked out here in a minute. I'm gonna try one more. No, I wouldn't have done that. I hate when you can't remember what word you would have used or what sequence you would have used in a password. All right, I give up. Not now. Okay, so we're gonna just start from scratch. Why freaking not?
Sure.
And this is where with clients, or especially people that are in our membership, or we're training how to use Kyvio, or whatever we're training for, right? It's amazing to me what people will get hung up on, and they'll insist, "Oh, well, it's your fault. You didn't train me all the way." Like, what did I ever do to you? You got to do the work. If a particular trainer could just snap a hand and you would automatically it would rain money in your life.
Okay.
I know, right?
Well, I think that's the part that, again, I'll train for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 hours tomorrow, probably, maybe more, who knows. And even though you give that much content and that much process and that much whatever, you've got to put it to the street. I mean, you've got to go test it. You got to go use it. You got to, take what you've learned and apply it. Implementation is a big thing.
Yes, but the tenacity to just get in there and use it too.
Mm-hmm.
So here we have one
just
special
building stuff.
Well, so we have 2 lists that I want to keep. Refined Men's Salon of Plano, which is like that overarching community where everyone is on that list. I want a special list of just people who have become clients. And I want a list of people who are getting that specific offer. That is really the only offer they've tested. They've never tested one for beards. They've never tested one for color. And it might be like color has a lot more hard cost to it, right? You've got to actually get the color. But I try to like break it down so at any given point in time, in some way or fashion, you know exactly who somebody is based on what list they're in, what tags they're in, what automations they've been through. And so this one, we're going to make the engagement series, taking people from a lead magnet to their first offer. So whenever they subscribe to a list, any list, specifically the free haircut, one time only. Can't be getting that coupon every time, right?
Right.
I want to send an email. At the very end, I want to end it. Before I do that, I will go show everyone. This is actually something I do want to know. I'll actually probably cut this part out of the video to make a separate video. Is I want to show you how to make a customized template.
Awesome.
Let's see if I can do that. Manage templates. I forget, like I have an enterprise account with ActiveCampaign, and not everyone's account looks like mine. I thought I was managing templates. Took me somewhere else. Did I click the wrong button? I love this part where it shows you pipelines, how much money you have on the line. App announcement, personal email. You know what? Because I usually use the personal email one, but since they're hair, I think we can get fun with it. App announcement, personal email, modernist. I don't want to tell too much of a story. I want some writing, not all pictures. Announcement. What's that one look like? But this way, when you start to edit the templates, that way you can start whipping out. Like I always edit the one for a personal email.
Right.
I kind of generally like this one. That way you don't have to recreate it. It already has all of your, social media in there. It has all of the images that you want in there.
I like it.
I'm going to block settings, background image. I'm going to come pull this image. So I'm going to put the link in there, save it to my downloads, and I'm going to turn around and upload it to ActiveCampaign here. But I'm going to completely take out this aspect right here. I'm going to put an image in right there at the top.
Nice.
Add new image, main folder. I'm going to create a folder for just, what do we call it? Branding. So anything that's more specific to the brand that's special, I want to keep in one folder, just because the older your business gets, the more stuff you run, the more stuff you try. You're not trying stuff constantly, and if you're stuck and you're wondering why something's not working, and you're not constantly throwing darts, that's why that's not working.
Right.
All right, so we have view this email in your browser. I kind of
like
can't relay a text block inside of an image. No, I can't. I'm dumb. I'm gonna ditch this. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, I want to delete it all. Delete it all. This way you don't have to go and you have to do anything fancy. ActiveCampaign includes kind of a baseline for you.
All the templates?
Yeah. And then I'm going to change this to...
wow, look at this. I love warfare marketing comments live.
I like those. Oh, Sean. I feel like we have a ringer in. I'll take it. Second. There. Cut. Fine. Salon. Plano. Refine.
Plano.
Salon. Plano.
Grand openings tonight, right?
Yes.
So, Sean, no, you didn't miss the grand opening in town. It's tonight.
It is tonight.
Be there.
Scott's going to miss it.
I got to fly out.
Yeah.
What can I do? I got a meeting in California tonight and tomorrow and Sunday.
Out to...
Change your grand opening.
No.
What? 6 o'clock, right? I'm trying to handle your social calendar here while you're building all this.
I need someone for my social calendar. Bring this email into the salon. And
Like it.
signature cut on us. One disclaimer for new customers only. And then I've got this button already here now. Didn't even have to work for it, right?
Nice.
It's going to go straight to booking. Here's your coupon. Get your second cut free. What do I want them to do? Schedule now.
Nice. Look at the power of this.
Constantly driving them in the direction. So the idea of a funnel, and you're a sales guy, is just that you create a sales process that works. I just want them to follow it. At any given point in time, I'm driving them to the exact same thing. Same sales process, same sales funnel, same online funnel, whatever you want to call it, it is a sales process. Decide what your sales process is and just drive the message home.
Boom, mic drop. Let's go. That's right. I mean, that's why, again, you don't want to lose them through all the cutesy crud, you know, and all that, right?
Being all normal again. Smart.
I love the fact that, you know, that the buttons are already there. All you basically have to do is reassign where it goes to and the copy on the button itself.
Well, yeah, and so a lot of people will leave the copy on the button, especially if it's like subscribe now. Please don't ever in your entire life have a button that says subscribe now. Nobody wants your junk mail.
Good point.
Look, I'm just
so what should it say?
It depends. That is a whole copywriting art form in and of itself. I like where, like, see, I put the word now there. So the call to action is essentially what I'm putting on the button, just a shortened version. So what I want them to do, schedule now. But I'm not asking them to call. I want to let them know, hey, they just got this email. They're on their phone, 90% chance they're on their phone, that all they have to do is push this little button and they're going to be able to schedule without actually having to talk to a person.
Very cool.
And that seems weird, like the concept, we don't want to talk to people anymore.
Isn't that weird? Why is that?
We will do everything to avoid talking to people. I think that's, I don't know. I appreciate not like we did this with you yesterday. I like that I can schedule online with people.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me happy. I don't have to spend all this time back and forth worrying if I'm being inconvenient for them or anything like that. Just here it is.
The other side of it is, with everything that we've got going on these days, it's just awesome to be able to pop that in there.
Yep.
You know, and just say go to. In fact, I put it into my email signature now. It's part of, and I just want to make sure that I have it correct so that I don't give out the wrong one. I mean, because I just haven't, it's so new to me that I haven't, and I included it in my email signature, but it's bookme.name/u+1. Love it.
No, everyone I put on Book Like a Boss loves it because in addition to being able to embed it like we did yesterday, they can use it as a standalone. So if you're not ready to do a website, like think about a coach. You can do money processing on there, group events on there, and it acts as like a landing page. David Roberts actually uses it. It is his webpage right now.
Oh, that's interesting. No, it's pretty robust because, when you go to that, and it's got a place for your bio and picture and thought, and, so you're right. It is kind of like that, like a landing page.
It is a landing page. Well, by definition, to me, a landing page has very little information on it. Since that has a lot, I don't want to necessarily call it a landing page.
It's more like an about page, or more like a
glorified.
Fine, it's a scheduling page. Fine. We'll leave it at that.
Whatever you want to call it, as long as you use it.
I'm using it. I just gave it out here.
Send email. So we've just created the landing page. We're going to create all you need for an email to get going. So we created a custom template so it can be well branded. Deliver free haircut. And then it's going to take me, and I'm going to get to choose a template. And here is my deals template I just created. This is going to come from Refine Men's Salon. So this is going to be the engagement series. I should know their email. That seems like it would be important.
You'd think.
What is a good email? I don't necessarily want to use support. Use Crystal at Refine Men's Salon .com. Make sure that's .com. Make sure that's the. I'm just going to copy that, actually. Put it over here. I don't mess it up. There you go. I will just make her an email and tell her to check it. Email subject line. Your free haircut. That's all they care about.
Nice.
You know what I could put on here that I did not put on it? I said bring this email in. I gave them a schedule now button. I did not give them the opportunity to call or an address.
So are you adding?
I am. I'm going to go to their old website. So this is a group of people. They were with a salon called 188 Men's Salon, and they found that 188 was not holding up their end of the bargain, or that's their story anyway. And so what they did is decide to break off, and several of them created a Refined Men's Salon. Do they have? Here's an address. But there's a lot of things that they do not have. Paste the match style. Just because they're no longer with that bigger franchise company. Oh, I even got an email because I'm over here.
Wow.
Plano at Refined Men's Salon. That's the one they're going to be checking. That's the one we're going to send it from. All right, so free second haircut with Refined Men's Salon of Plano. Bring this email into the salon and get your second signature. That's a product, capitalize. Cut on us for new customers only at the Plano location, not the Richardson, because that's how franchises work. Schedule now at, and I've given them a phone number. And and I've given them the address, and I've given them an online button. And the only thing I haven't done yet is I should link this. Linking the telephone number.
Yes.
Just like that, TEL colon phone number, and you now have a clickable phone number. Again, back to 90% of these people are going to get this email on their phone. They might even be like right outside the salon or about to drive there anyway. What I want to do is give them an easy button to just hit the button and call. All right, we got the mandatory unsubscribe. We have sender info. I have not put the address into a key part of active campaign yet. I will need to do that. But let's take care of this email business. Copy that. Your free haircut from. That's weird. Okay, there it goes. I was like, where'd it go?
You got it?
Yeah, it just took a minute. Make sure you have a reply email in there too if you want people to be able to reply, which I recommend. In fact, you lose some tracking capabilities if you want people to reply back to you directly to your email. You're not going to be able to do reply tracking right here. I'm okay with that. I'd rather lose the tracking and have somebody be able to treat it like a real email and hit reply. And you're not Walmart. Like, the only people that don't want you replying to them are companies like the ones you were talking about where their customer service is not good.
Yeah.
So right here, it's letting us know this email does not have a mailing address. And what that is, we have to go over into settings. Addresses, because people were being awfully spammy with their email, there's the Can Spam Act. You must include your address on every single email automation you have. All of them.
Better do it right.
So inside here, if you're using it as a CRM and you're sending it directly, it's not a big deal. You can do those emails all day long. But if you're doing the automated emails in any way, shape, or form, whether it's broadcast or like we're doing here, you have to have your address in there so people know who to complain about.
Wow.
And I like spelling everything out because I'm type A like that.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. It's like, why do you not put all of it out there?
It's the difference between two letters. It's not a big deal. There we go. So we have an automation. If you will notice something that before I brought in my big, long, fancy automation, you don't have to do that. You just have to build one. And that's a pretty spiffy one using that template. By the way, I've never actually used this template before.
It's a good looking temp. I mean, I really like the way that template looks and everything. That's what I think Sean and I need to do for U+1 is just sit down and think through almost the, I don't know if you'd call it sitemap or
what I think
process flow or whatever.
Is creating what U+1 is. Like, it's something like that you may not always be in the passport business, that there's going to be a point where you might be in a completely different business.
Well, we are. We're actually in the relationship business. That's actually what the business that we're in is.
I was going to say community business.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I agree. We're in the community business. But that's relationships. So I agree with you wholeheartedly.
That's really specific, y'all. I mean, your whole idea of U+1 is built around the idea that you know people. Okay, this one, of course, is not
only because we do. So it's funny. I mean, here's how funny it is. I got the from the client, they sent me the message of the hotel I'm staying at tonight and tomorrow. And the cool part of that is I realized it's probably 4 miles from a guy who has done $2.5 billion in infomercial sales. Friend of mine. And so this morning I reached out and I said, hey buddy, staying 5 miles from you the next 2 nights. How about breakfast one of the next 2 mornings? And I just got the message. He goes, let's do it. I don't, he's done $2.5 billion in infomercial sales. I'm within 5 miles. Don't you go nurture the relationship? Let's go have breakfast. What happening? Talk to me. Right?
That sounds way too logical.
Well, but that's what people don't think of. They don't take, they don't take the time to do that, and I don't do it enough.
Then they'll go ask for something though.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point is I don't have anything to talk to him about other than how the heck's life and what are you doing? But I'm 5 miles from you. And so I'm going to do that. I'm not there to ask him for something. I don't need him for something. He's a friend. Nurture the relationship. It's part of the talk I'll give in 2 hours here in Dallas.
I was going to say 2 hours. I thought you were getting on a plane.
After I do the talk here in Dallas. Like I said, it's a busy day. It's one of,
I feel like and I can't leave my office. I left yesterday to go to lunch shortly after, get some food yesterday, and they delivered a package while I was gone. This is not going to work for me today.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't eat. Give up.
They delivered it, and then they were like, oh, we can't deliver it unless you're there. It needs a signature. We'll re-deliver it. Do you know when they re-delivered it?
6.
8:36 at night. You know what's sad is I actually was up at my office at 9:05.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, you're going to re-deliver it today, but now I can't leave the office, and I was planning to run an errand to go grab, drinks. It happens. But that's it. That is a landing page, and we created the one and only email you absolutely need to get started. We set up all of ActiveCampaign to do that. We started with a little bit of a template for the landing page, but there's templates inside of Kyvio. There's always a template to use, right? People understand that nobody wants to start from scratch. I do recommend, if you have the time, go ahead and create one template for yourself. And if you want that high converting homepage template from me, reach out and we'll get that to you. We don't have a landing page for you to get that yet, but because it's manual, but we'll get there. But create it. You can have that all done in 1 hour. 1 hour and 4 minutes.
Awesome.
Probably 30 minutes if you don't talk.
Oh, that hurts. That's nice. All right. So we'll be back at it on Monday, huh?
Yep. Monday money. Probably still running. I cannot talk. Words are hard. On Monday, it will probably still be raining and miserable.
Oh, no, let's not think that.
It
might be raining. It might be raining, but it won't be miserable.
You know what? As much as it's hard to get out of bed with the rain, Texas needs the rain. Our aquifers they need the water.
That's for sure.
All right. Well, thank you for all your wonderful sales tips. Go share them with the world.
Gonna go do that. If you're in the West Coast, come join us. All right. See you Monday.
All right. Bye, guys. Bye, Scott.